The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers for Friday, February 27, reveal the brewing storm of tension that Victoria Newman and Nick Newman will soon find themselves at the center of. The drama involving Matt Clark, the man who has been lurking in the shadows, is about to take a sharp turn. With secrets to be uncovered and alliances forming under pressure, this day will be filled with high stakes. Victoria is meeting up with her brother Nick, and as the two gather, it's clear that they're facing a monumental task. The sense of urgency in their conversation is palpable. The Newmans have enough to deal with already, with each of their personal and professional lives hanging in the balance. They cannot afford to let Matt Clark wreak any more havoc. His vendetta against them has been simmering for some time, and now, it seems, is the moment to finally corner him. Nick, always the strategist, begins to lay out his plan. He has a trap in mind, one that will require not just his cunning, but his sister's assistance as well. Victoria, although hesitant, agrees. Together, they start to put the pieces in place, their shared determination to bring Matt down, forging a stronger bond between them. Victoria, we need to find him before he makes his next move, Nick says, his voice tight with frustration. His mind races as he speaks, weighing each potential outcome, trying to predict Clark's every move. He knows that Matt is dangerous, and he understands the risks involved in confronting him. Victoria, ever the realist, knows the depth of Nick's commitment to his plan, but she isn't sure how much longer they can keep the upper hand. Still, the urgency in his voice sways her, and she agrees to help him in setting the trap. The bait will be a part of the plan, something that can lure Matt out of hiding, something personal enough that he can't resist. But the reality of executing such a plan means they'll have to walk a fine line, balancing between setting up Matt and keeping their family's empire intact. As the siblings discuss the details, the tension in the air builds. Matt, who has always been a step ahead, will not make this easy. The Newmans' game of cat and mouse has been going on for far too long, and it's clear that Matt's time in the shadows is coming to an end, or so they hope. Across town, another drama is unfolding, one involving Lauren Fenmore Baldwin. She's always been a key player in the business world, and now she faces an unexpected offer. Phyllis Summers, whose loyalty to Newman Enterprises has been rocky at best, seems to be trying to recruit Lauren for her cause. It's an offer that comes as a surprise, especially given Lauren's recent distance from Phyllis. She's been burnt before by Phyllis' schemes, but could this be the moment where Phyllis finally tries to make amends? Lauren is skeptical. She knows that Phyllis has a knack for stirring up trouble, and given her recent history with Victor Newman, she's not sure she's the best person to align herself with. But as the conversation unfolds, it becomes clear that Phyllis might have an ulterior motive, one that could spell trouble for both of them if she's not careful. Phyllis, despite her many flaws, is never one to back down easily, and she might just be thinking of her own interests first. As the conversation continues, Lauren remains cautious, aware that any alliance with Phyllis could lead to dangerous consequences. The Newmans have always had a complex dynamic with Phyllis, and Lauren doesn't want to find herself caught in the crossfire. However, the real twist might come when someone, perhaps from within the Newman family, turns to Lauren for help. She has a history of working with the Newmans, and now that her friendship with Phyllis seems to be patched up, there may be a way forward. But Lauren knows that if she isn't careful, she could wind up playing into Phyllis' hands in a way that leaves her vulnerable. The real danger, however, lies with Kane Ashby. Kane, who has always had a complicated relationship with the Newman family, is pushing for a bold move that could backfire spectacularly. He has convinced Phyllis that she can deceive Victor into believing he's won, giving him control over Newman Enterprises. But what Phyllis doesn't realize is that she could easily be the one getting duped. Kane's suggestion, if taken seriously, could lead to Phyllis losing everything, including her ties to the Newman Empire. Back at Newman Enterprises, there's another storm brewing. Audra Charles is in the midst of a personal struggle, and her next move could have significant ramifications for Sally Spectra and Spectra Charles Media. The tension between them has been building for weeks now, and as the deadline for their acquisition of Newman Media looms, it seems like things could come to a head at any moment. Sally has been under a lot of pressure lately. With everything that's on the line, she's starting to second-guess some of her decisions. Audra sees this and knows that Sally is about to make a huge mistake. If Sally backs down now, it could jeopardize everything they've worked so hard for. Audra, ever the strategist, steps in to stop her before it's too late. Audra, I don't know if I can do this, Sally admits, her voice filled with uncertainty. She's been burned before, and the stakes are higher than ever now. What if we're making a huge mistake? Audra doesn't hesitate. You've come too far to back out now, she says firmly, her tone full of conviction. We've worked too hard to let this slip through our fingers. Audra knows that Sally is struggling with doubts, but she also knows that this is the moment that will define everything. She won't let Sally give up, not when they're so close to achieving their goal. As the two women discuss the situation, it becomes clear that Audra's support will be crucial in making sure that Sally doesn't make a rash decision. She might even need to confront Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson, especially since they have been playing their own game. Audra's move could be what saves them from falling into Adam's hands. The stakes have never been higher for Sally, but with Audra's help, it seems like there might just be a way forward. But what happens next is still uncertain, and the drama surrounding the acquisition of Newman Media is far from over. As Friday's episode of The Young and the Restless progresses, the pressure on each character intensifies, setting the stage for a series of shocking revelations and unexpected alliances. The Newmans have set their trap for Matt Clark, but will it work? Or will he slip through their fingers yet again? Meanwhile, Phyllis and Lauren are still navigating the complexities of their strained friendship. Lauren has to decide whether to trust Phyllis enough to join forces once again, but given Phyllis' track record, it's clear that there's no easy answer. The stakes are high, and one wrong move could mean disaster for them both. Kane's plan to deceive Victor is beginning to take shape, and Phyllis is starting to see the potential rewards. But it's also clear that this plan is a dangerous game. If she's not careful, Phyllis could lose everything she's fought for. Kane's suggestion could be the tipping point, and if it goes wrong, it might be Phyllis who finds herself on the losing side. In the meantime, Sally's future is hanging in the balance. She's been wavering, unsure of what to do next. Audra, sensing the gravity of the situation, steps in to make sure Sally doesn't make a rash decision. Audra's bold move to keep Sally on track could very well change the course of their careers, but there's no telling what the future holds for them. As the day unfolds, each character is forced to confront their own fears and uncertainties. The drama surrounding Newman Enterprises, Phyllis, schemes, and the Spectra Charles Media acquisition continues to unravel, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats.